Number 8, Monstera. If there's a single plant that defined the interior design aesthetic of the last decade, it's Monstera.
Dramatic hole-punched leaves have been on wallpaper, on Instagram, on throw pillows, and in the living rooms of millions of homes worldwide.
And it is genuinely beautiful. There's no argument there. But here's something the lifestyle bloggers posting Monstera flat lays rarely mention.
Monstera contains calcium oxalate crystals, the same compound we've now talked about in multiple plants on this list.
And according to poison control sources, ingestion causes intense irritation of the mucous membranes, swelling of the mouth and throat, and significant gastrointestinal distress.
What makes Monstera a particular concern is its size. These plants get big. The leaves can grow to over 2 feet wide.
There's a lot of plant to interact with. A curious toddler can pull off a leaf. A cat can chew on a low-hanging stem. And because Monstera is often placed as a floor statement piece, on the ground, not on a high shelf, it's more accessible than most of the other plants on this list. There's also the sap. Contact with Monstera sap during repotting or pruning can cause skin irritation and redness. This is not a plant to handle bare-handed, and yet most people never think twice about it. I want to be clear, Monstera is not going to kill a healthy adult, but it can make a child very uncomfortable, and that alone is worth knowing. Contact safe alternative, bird of paradise, Strelitzia reginae. Equally dramatic, large, and tropical looking, and non-toxic to humans, though mildly toxic to pets. So if you have animals, consider a majesty palm instead. Number 9, Aloe Vera. Now this one is going to shock some of you, because aloe vera is basically a wellness icon. For thousands of years, aloe vera was trusted by ancient civilizations. From Egypt to Greece, India, China, and the Middle Ages, healers used its cooling gel to soothe and restore. One green leaf carried nature's healing secret across time.
Sunburn? Aloe. Skin irritation? Aloe. Kitchen burn? Aloe. The gel inside those thick, fleshy leaves has been used medicinally for thousands of years, and the science backs up much of its reputation.
So, why is it on a list of toxic houseplants? Because there are 2 parts of an aloe vera plant, and they are not the same. The clear gel inside the leaf. That's the part with healing properties. The yellow-green latex found just beneath the outer skin of the leaf. That's a different story entirely. Aloe latex contains compounds called anthraquinones, specifically aloin. And according to veterinary and poison control data, ingestion of aloe latex causes vomiting, diarrhea, and lethargy in pets. In dogs, it can cause tremors in severe cases. Even in humans, consuming aloe latex in significant amounts has been associated with serious gastrointestinal disturbance.
Enough that the FDA in 2002 required the removal of aloe laxative products from the U.S. market due to insufficient safety data. Pets who chew on aloe vera leaves are not getting the healing gel.
They're getting the latex, the toxic part. And because aloe vera sits on so many windowsills, so low and so accessible,
it gets chewed on more than most people realize. The healing gel is still wonderful. Keep your aloe. Just keep it away from pets. And never assume that because something is natural, it's automatically safe.
Safe alternative for air and aesthetics. Haworthia looks almost identical to aloe, thrives in the same conditions, is non-toxic, and is frankly just as satisfying to grow.
This plant's name is not a coincidence. Dumb cane. Because one bite from this beautiful tropical plant can cause the tongue and throat to swell. And in some cases, it can temporarily leave a person unable to speak. Today, we've reached plant number 10 on our list, and maybe the one with the most dramatic warning of all. Dieffenbachia. It's common in homes, and it looks beautiful, but the story behind its name is much darker than you might think. Let's begin.
Number 10. Dieffenbachia. We're ending this list with the one that I think carries the most dramatic warning, because its common name says it all: dumb cane. The reason it's called that is not a coincidence. It's not a fun nickname. The name comes from what happens when someone ingests it. The calcium oxalate crystals in the plant cause such severe swelling of the tongue and throat that the person becomes temporarily unable to speak. Dumb, as in struck speechless. The National Poison Control Center, poison.org, documents real cases. A 66-year-old woman repositioning her Dieffenbachia plant had a stem snap and sap leak onto her hands. Immediate severe burning and irritation, requiring a 15-minute wash protocol.
That's just skin contact, not ingestion, just sap on hands. Now imagine a toddler chewing on one of those large, beautiful, cream and green variegated leaves. That's not hypothetical. Poison control centers receive calls about exactly that every year. The swelling can affect breathing. In severe cases, medical treatment is needed to keep the airway open. Dieffenbachia is one of the most commonly sold indoor plants in the world. It's large, tropical, striking, and it tolerates low light beautifully. It's everywhere. And now you know why it's also called dumb cane.
Safe alternative, Haworthia, prayer plant. Equally dramatic tropical foliage, stunning patterns, and completely non-toxic to people and pets.
And that was plant number 10. Dieffenbachia. Beautiful, common, but not as harmless as it looks. We have just one final step left: what to do if you already have toxic plants at home. Stay with me. I'm Sophia, your horticultural engineer and gardening expert. See you in the final part. Last time, we exposed 10 plants that millions of people keep in their homes. Plants sold in every garden center, featured in every interior design magazine. Plants that could send your child or your pet to the emergency room. That video changed how a lot of you look at your living rooms. Because there are 5 more plants sitting quietly in homes all over the world. Elegant, photogenic, trending on Instagram. And potentially deadly. How many of these do you have? Stay with me, because one of them, number 12 on our list, has a toxin so powerful, vets classify it as one of the most dangerous plants on Earth for pets. No exaggeration. The science backs this up. Let's get into it.
Welcome back.
Or, if this is your first time here, I'm so glad you found this channel. We cover plants honestly, not just the, oh, look how beautiful side of the botanical world, but the full picture. Everything in this episode is backed by peer-reviewed toxicology, ASPCA poison databases, and documented case reports. No fear-mongering, just facts, told as clearly and honestly as I can. And by the way, if after this video you realize you have one of these plants at home, drop a comment below. Tell me which one. You might be surprised how many people are in the same boat. Let's start with number 11.
Look at this plant. Honestly, just look at it. The jade plant, Crassula ovata, native to South Africa, but now sitting on windowsills from Tokyo to Toronto to Istanbul. It's been called the money plant, the friendship tree, a symbol of good luck and prosperity. And it's easy to see why people love it. Those thick jade green leaves, that woody trunk that makes it look like a tiny ancient tree. It's low maintenance, it's architectural, it's gorgeous. It's also toxic. And honestly, I didn't expect to feel anything about that the first time I read it. But I did, because this one is in my house too. Now, I want to be precise here, because this matters. The jade plant is not going to kill a healthy adult. If you accidentally brush against it, you're fine. But if your toddler breaks off a leaf and chews on it, or your dog decides it looks delicious, that's a different story. The ASPCA lists Crassula ovata as toxic to both dogs and cats. The exact toxic principle hasn't been fully isolated by science, and that itself is a red flag. We know it causes harm, but we're still unraveling how. And that's the part that sits strangely with me. Something this common, and we still don't fully understand it. In cats and dogs, ingestion causes vomiting, lethargy, and in more serious cases, incoordination, loss of muscle control, sometimes bradycardia, a dangerously slowed heart rate. There are case reports of dogs who ate significant amounts of Jade Plant and required IV support at the vet. In children, Jade Plant causes gastrointestinal distress, nausea, vomiting, stomach pain. Pediatric poison control databases note it as a moderate concern for ingestion cases. Does that mean you need to throw your Jade Plant out the window right now? No. But it does mean high shelf, out of reach, always. There, that's it. Sometimes the fix really is this simple. We just never think to do it until someone tells us to. Safe alternative? Haworthia. Same sculptural, succulent aesthetic. Non-toxic to pets and children, beautiful on a coffee table with zero guilt.
And that's our safe alternative, Haworthia. Safe for pets, safe for children, and incredibly easy to care for. But the next plant on our list is a completely different story. I'm releasing this series in parts, so don't miss the next episode. I'll see you there.